If you're having a negative day, try to be vigilant about breaking the negativity within you. The best way of breaking the negativity within you is not by trying to control the negativity, but by taking on some type of activity that's going to help your attention get off of whatever it is that you're extremely negative about. So that could mean doing 10 minutes of yoga, listening to some music that's going to calm your mind down, maybe calling a friend for support and asking them for help. There are many ways that you can break the trance of negativity. You just have to make your mind up and pick one of those ways. Of course, some ways are going to bring you a much greater result than other ways, but any action that you take to try to bring calm to your mind is going to be an action that's going to benefit you in the long run. Because you may do something and it might not work in helping you relax, but at that moment another idea can come to you, and that idea could be the winning idea that will help completely change your state of mind. So it's very important to be vigilant about finding different methods when your mind becomes negative, because if we just let it stay negative, it's going to contaminate our environment. It's going to contaminate our job. It's going to contaminate our business. So it's very important to be alert when the mind becomes negative and try to find something to put the fire out within you. It could be that you go for a walk, and that could be what helps break that negativity. It could be that you watch a relaxing movie and it helps you take your mind off of whatever it is that's really bothering you. And when you take your mind off of whatever it is that's really bothering you and you break the negativity in your mind elevates to a higher level, and when you come back to that problem that you're having, you're able to look at it from a much broader perspective, and it will help you tremendously in solving whatever problem it is that you are having. And sometimes it could be that we're just paranoid about something and that there's no problem at all. And once we break that negativity and we take a second look at it with a fresh set of eyes, we're able to dismiss it as something that was irrelevant and move forward. And if it is something that's a problem for us, with the fresh set of eyes that we have looking at it, we'll be able to much better find a solution to it than if we're completely buried in the negativity of it and we haven't had a chance to stick our head out for a minute and take a breather to figure out the best way to deal with it. The more we break the cycle of negativity within us by finding actions that will bring calm to us, the weaker the negativity of the mind will become. And from there, once the mind becomes calmer, it would be wise to pursue some type of meditation, some type of spiritual practice that will further develop your attention so that you can learn to be inward and find your happiness from within. Because regardless of how much relief we find from the outside world, at the end of the day, real happiness truly comes from within. And all those tools outside of us are only there to help us find our way back within. So it's important to understand that the final destination to any path that we take is for our attention to rest within and be at peace and joy from our own self and not depend on it externally, because when we depend on our happiness externally, on objects, we become attached to them, and by becoming attached to them, we actually won't be able to become happy from them anymore. And so the best investment that we can give to ourselves is by learning to become happy from within our own self. And from there, the world cannot really hold us hostage anymore, because we don't depend on it anymore for our happiness. And we've actually found a way to go to the source for our happiness. And when you find the source to happiness, which is within you, a whole new sense of confidence comes to you. Because you know that the outside world doesn't have control over you. And so your attitude towards life becomes completely different. And the more we depend on our happiness externally, in a way we know that we're controlled by the outside. And we lose our confidence in standing up for ourselves a lot of the times, because we realize that our happiness is coming from these external situations. And if we stand up for ourselves, we might lose those things that we depend on to be happy. So the more your happiness comes from within, the more power you will feel, because it's a completely different satisfaction when your happiness is coming from a place that doesn't depend on anything.